Hey y'all, how you doing? Happy Thursday. Welcome back to Scared of Beautiful. I have it's been a long week and a half, I guess, right? I just wanted to thank you all for your wonderful, kind words, your love, your support. I have gotten so many emails, DMs, comments. There's no way I could ever respond to all of them. And like I said in the video that went viral, I learned a very hard lesson in how the internet actually works. That would be my first and last time addressing that issue. So I thank you all for the support. But that's really not my spirit, my heart, and my energy. And as I asked in that video, y'all, I didn't want, anything to blow out of proportion the way it has. I can't stop you all from making comments in my support, but just like I told you before, if you like me or love me the way you say you do, it can be, an amicable thing, an amicable split. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not talking about that situation. So if y'all are here for mess, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it from me. Yeah, you're just not going to get it. That is in my rear view. I am trying to move forward. I love you all for the support. Some of you all got to read the room. You got to read the room. I got lots of messages that said, you should start a channel with this person, or if you have a panel, invite me on. And I'm not saying, y'all, that I'll never do that. I love collaboration. But right now, it'll be a while before I work with strangers. However, life is life. And if I have to be the example, I have to be the example. God is just, he's fair, but he's swift, so I can't act like I didn't sit on a show and discuss people for months. And now I'm the topic of discussion. So I just have to roll with it, I'm not angry towards anyone. I'm definitely hurt and disappointed, but that's done. I'm not going back. Anything that you hear from me or anything that has to deal with that situation will be handled through the appropriate legal channels if I feel that that's necessary, or God's going to handle it. I am about moving forward. So, let's get into tonight, right? Lots of people from when I started my channel wanted to know what was Scared of Beautiful about? Like, what is Scared of Beautiful? What does this mean? Why would you say that? Why are you scared of beautiful, right? So I hope you did your homework. I said it in my first video that Scared of Beautiful was based off of this song by Brandy. Brandy actually sung it, but the song was actually written by Frank Ocean, and he did a version of it. You can find it on the internet as well. Thank you all for the super chats. It's a lot. I'm up here by myself, so please forgive me if I don't get to it or can't read it out loud. I went in and I looked through some of my old videos, some of my Married at First Sight day ones, and people who have been constant commenters and supporters. And I made you all mods. If you want to be a mod and I don't have you as one, please just inbox me on Instagram. But you have to send me like your YouTube link or show me where you've commented on a video or something in the past. It was hard. I couldn't just like look up people by their name because some people have inboxed me and asked me. But when I tried to just type in names, I couldn't. So I went to try to look you up if you had commented before, right? Okay. So what is Scared of Beautiful about? Like I said, it's a song by Brandy, sung by Brandy. It's my favorite version of it. I was riding in my car 2015, 2016, listening to the radio, and actually I was listening to Pandora, and this came up in my shuffle. And it was like a catharsis for me. The words really spoke to me in my spirit, especially where I was at that point in my life. It felt like I had finally been seen. So one thing that I want to talk about when we talk about growth, right? Scared of Beautiful is about growth, power, passion, purpose, how we get through those things, how we get to those things, and how we walk in those things, stand confidently in them, right? So success. A lot of people think success or growth or healing or anything that you're trying to get better at is linear. They think you're going to start, you're going to go, you're going to go, you're going to go, and this is just going to be a straight shot. That's not true, y'all. That's not true. Success is 10 steps forward, 5 steps back, 1 step under, 2 steps up. You go up and down and around and around. Healing is the same way. Growth is the same way. You think you have been to therapy and healed your triggers and done the work. You know, we love to say that. Shout out to Iyanla, do your work. And we think we've done the work, but then we realize we haven't, right? Something happens. Something triggers us. Something gets under our skin that we thought we had healed, and maybe we didn't really heal it. Maybe it was just a little flaky scab, and we didn't really get to the root of it. So how do we do that? How do we become better people? How do we, get as close? It'll never be perfect, but how do we get as close and we keep pushing towards the end game, right? So in thinking about that, we also have to think about, I'm going to get to the lyrics of Scared of Beautiful in a minute, but I want to set it up with this quote that I know some of us have seen before because it's been included in a few movies. A lot of people think they're afraid of failure, right? Oh, I don't want to try that. What if I fail? What if I mess up? What if it's not good? But what about if you do? Survival mode is a thing, right? And a lot of us, particularly in the Black community, have been operating in survival mode for a very long time, where we always feel like we have to prove something and be better than the next person and compete, right? But what if you aren't surviving anymore? You have your basic needs met. You have food, you have shelter, you get steady income. What if you're trying to thrive now? You're trying to grow now. You're trying to prosper. You don't have to be defensive. You don't have to be in fight or flight mode. That part is gone. On to the next level, right? And in that space, a lot of us become afraid of what's on the other side of survival mode because all we know is survival mode, right? And I can identify with that. For a very long time in my life, I operated in survival mode, and somewhere around 2015, really after I lost my baby, like a lot of stuff in that loss crystallized for me that life is too short. So whatever childhood trauma, whatever whatever relationship baggage, whatever I was dealing with, right? It was time to let some of that go. COVID crystallized that further for me. People were dropping left and right. It's time to let some stuff go. Look at the big picture. Look at what God really wants us to be, who he wants us to be to each other. Will you love everybody all the time? No, you should strive to. Will you like everybody all the time? No. I'm in the sorority and people think, oh, that's your sorority sister. You, girl, it's 300,000 some odd of us. Everyone will not always like each other, but you should always strive to love and respect each other and treat each other as you wanted to be treated. My mother always taught me, I'm definitely not God or Jesus, but to always not to be a respecter of persons. So it was like, if you go to this law firm and you become an associate or you're the partner, you still treat the janitor, the secretary, the paralegal the same way. And that's how I've always tried to do. I always strive to treat everybody the same. Am I perfect? No. Do I have a little side that that likes to laugh and kiki sometimes? Absolutely. But it's never going to be perfect. It is how much are you trying and working to change, right? So when you're pushing yourself in this way, it calls for a lot of self-awareness. It calls for you to look yourself in the mirror and say, man, maybe it's some stuff that I'm not getting right. It's not that it's the other person. Maybe it's me a little bit too, right? So when we look at the lyrics to this song, let me pull them up for y'all. Hold on. When you look at the lyrics to the song, it starts with turn the lamp on. Let me talk to you. See, that light bulb does something to you. Makes it a little harder to tell a lie, don't it? Make it difficult to run and hide, don't it? Tell you truth to me, the truth to me. Come close to me if that's you. Let me scroll down. But we can just stop there. Turn the lamp on. Let me talk to you. This person is looking in the mirror and talking to themselves, right? They're examining themselves. And when you have to examine yourself under a bright light and look yourself in the mirror, it's hard. I'm not even finna tell y'all that it's easy. It is not. It is hard work. Healing, self-awareness, elevation, all of these things are very hard work. One of the reasons why it's hard is because you fundamentally have to come to the realization that maybe some of the ways you were raised or some of the things you were taught growing up weren't right. Your parents may have done the best that they could, but it still doesn't mean it was right. Right? It doesn't mean that it was the best. When we talk about in our community, corporal punishment and whoopings and spankings. Yeah, that may be the only way your parent understood to get you to learn discipline. But too much of that, excessive corporal punishment is not good. It leaves scars. It damages children. Furthermore, it teaches you this is the way you resolve conflict. This is the way when someone makes you mad, you hit them. When someone says something you don't like, you hit them. If your child or your partner isn't obeying you, you hit them. We don't learn how to sit down and have a conversation and resolve things, right? Sometimes we go directly to what we've learned, and what we've learned is not necessarily the best thing, right? So then the song goes on to say, told your truth to me, the truth to me, come close to me if that's you. I want to see the details inside those beautiful eyes. So again, you can't run from yourself. Want to, but you can't, as much as you try. It says next, myself ain't never talked to me like that before, and I wonder what on earth is he searching for. No wonder why there's no mirrors on these walls no more. You can't tell me why you're so terrified of beautiful, scared of the good more than the evil, scared of the light more than the dark, scared of the truth so much more than a lie. I'm scared for me. I'm scared of me, scared of beautiful. So again, a lot of times we get so used to living and operating in this survival mode that we shun the light. You know, that old movie, truth, you can't handle the truth. The truth sometimes is hard. Sometimes it's beautiful, but sometimes it's hard, right? And sometimes we're used to being disappointed. We're used to being hurt. We're used to being let down. I know a lot of us, when I talk to like some of my friends who are out here trying to date and trying to get back in the dating scene and, you know, who've had difficult relationships in the past, it's hard to let go of that. And then when the good man comes along, you're like, when is he gonna lie? When is he gonna, you know, say he got to work late, but he not? When is this gonna happen, right? That you can't just imagine that God sent you a good man, a good person, you know, that although it was hard before, you've done some of your work. You're in a different place. You're attracting something different. But it becomes you know, it takes a while for us to get there and understand that, right? Next, the song goes on to say, turn the lamp down. Don't talk to me. That light bulb, it took something from me or gave something to me. I can't decide. I can't decide. Took freedom, gave purpose. Can't blame him. Too perfect. I think this is wrong on Google. I think it says can't blend in. Too perfect. All this beauty, matter of fact, I know this is wrong. All this beauty ever gave me was a reason for some beautiful lies. So when, you know, this next verse is the person being uncomfortable being under the light, being uncomfortable with that self-examination. Turn it down. It's too bright. Get that, you know, like when, you know, like on Menace to Society, where old boy is in the room with the bright lights. No, you effed up, right? It's like that, you know, the bright lights. Lights too bright on me. Bring that on down. This is hard. So, but then in your mind, it's like, what did the light bulb do to me? Did it take something from me or did it give something to me? Because even though it's uncomfortable, this light bulb is making me see things in a different way. And maybe that's what I need to get out of this self-pity, this depression, this anxiety, this endless cycle, vicious cycle that me and my family have been going through. You know, there's always a truth teller. There's always somebody in your bloodline through your ancestral history who is there to shake the ground, who is there to shake the foundation. Are you that person? Do you want to be that person? Are you tired of whatever your life story has been? Because you have the power to change it. Don't let people tell you you can't. You can. I don't care if you're 10. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. It's never too late if you want change for you and your family, or if you want to build a better tradition going forward with your children. You don't have to buy into, that's how we always did it. That's what we always do. You can write a new narrative and change the page, right? Like it said, did it take something from me or give something to me? I can't decide. I can't decide. It took freedom, right? You may not be able to do all the things you used to do. Some stuff may have to die away, but it gave you purpose, right? Can't blend in too perfect. I've said it before. I've always wanted to blend in. I've always just wanted to be regular or normal, whatever that looks like. And it's hard when other people are constantly saying you're different, you're different, you're different, and you don't feel that way. And that's not a bad thing or whatever. I'm being honest. And I know I've seen some of the stuff y'all been saying for some reason as an attorney and as other things. I'm not supposed to be human and give my truth, but you want to know where it came from? I'm telling you where it came from, sis and bro, because I see I got some men in here. Myself ain't never talked to me like that before again, and I wonder, what is he searching for? No wonder why. There's no mirrors on these walls no more. You can't tell me why. You're so terrified of beautiful, scared of the good more than the evil, scared of the light more than the dark, scared of truth so much more than a lie. I'm scared for me. I'm scared of me. Then the bridge says, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Mirror, mirror, oh, you're so unfair to all of the beautiful ones. And it goes back, I think it just goes back into the chorus and repeats a lot. But so that last bridge or stanza, again, the mirrors are off the wall because it's hard to look at yourself and deal with these issues. And then she says, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Mirror, mirror, oh, you're so unfair to all the beautiful ones. A lot of times, we can't see our own beauty because we have bought into what everyone else has to say about us, right? Tyra Banks, back when she had her daytime talk show, did a really big episode because the tabloids were calling her out about being overweight and not her normal model weight self, right? They took pictures, they called her blimp, fat, all this stuff. And she did a big episode, it's probably on YouTube somewhere, about body shaming. And people who have body dysmorphia and pick themselves apart in their brains, no matter how much weight they lose, no matter how, that's where anorexia and all these other illnesses come from, because we're trying to reach some type of standard that doesn't really exist in the real world. All of these magazines, the Instagram models, the Kardashians, all of these people, they have wonderful lighting and airbrushing and contouring and things that make them look that way. So as we continue to consume this stuff through social media, we don't, our vision gets skewed. That's why you got to stay rooted, in reality. Social media is great, but keep your balance. Keep yourself grounded, right? And be realistic about what body types look like in this world. So, don't be so hard on yourself in the mirror. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You cute. You fine. And if there is something you don't like, guess who has the power to change it? You. But don't go out here and get all of these. If you want the surgery and you can afford it and you've done your research, go get it, sis. But be careful. And know that you're getting it for you and not somebody else. So I gave body as an example, right? But really, this applies to everything. It applies to your education. It applies to your career. It applies to your version of success, right? success can mean something very different to you than it means to somebody else. Are you out getting a new car or a new house because you want it and can afford it, or because you feel pressured to do those things? And if you feel pressure, just check yourself and say, why do I feel the need to do this? Who am I trying to impress? If I get behind on this mortgage, are they going to come help me out? You know, one of the things I've done in my career is counsel people on mortgages. You're a married couple. Ideally, you should only get your mortgage based on one person's income. Why? Sick day can happen. Some type of accident can happen, and you're down to one income. You know, a lot of people buy homes because the bank approved them for $400,000 or $500,000, but they may not have really needed that much space, and you don't want to become house poor. That's just a little tidbit. So that is what Scared of Beautiful means, right? Looking at yourself under the lamp, under the light, in the mirror, and seeing what you may want to change. And then having the courage to move to that change despite what other people may think, despite what other people may say, and embracing the light outside of the darkness that you may be used to, right? So another big quote that for me kind of synthesizes what Scared of Beautiful is and what that song means to me is this quote by Marianne Williamson, Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So, doing you, finding you, isn't selfish or mean. It actually gives other people the courage to find themselves, to figure out what success means for them, to figure out what, their educational goals are, to figure out what growth means for them, to figure out what power means for them, to figure out what purpose means for them. You can have expectations for your family members or your children, but have you ever checked in with them to see what they want? As long as you aren't out here hurting other people with your goals or your dreams, go for it. I think I talked about in one of my videos before, I love branding and coming up with a slogan or coming up with themes and creativity. If I wasn't a lawyer, the creative side of my brain is always popping off. I'm always helping my friends do something for their businesses or make t-shirts or whatever, right? But when I grew up, I told my mother I actually wanted to be a teacher. And she was like, no, you can't be that, But I now know she was parenting from her pain, because when she grew up in the 50s, 60s, that's all Black girls in Mississippi could be: a teacher or a secretary or a maid, right? So when I came along in the 80s, it was you have so much potential. And honestly, she always wanted to go to law school. And I actually went to college at first with a pre-med major, pre-med minor instead of pre-law, psychology pre-med. But so I switched. She didn't like that. I went from being a doctor to a lawyer. But in the South, you know, with parents from that age, doctor, lawyer, nurse, choose one. I didn't know what marketing was. I didn't know what advertising and branding was, right? So if your kids are interested in something, feed that interest, even if it's something you don't think they would want to do, right? I mean, or that you wouldn't want them to do. Again, as long as it's not illegal, immoral, you know, let people explore and expand their own thoughts, their own brain, their own way. And I know you ain't got no kids. I don't, but I got nieces, nephews, and I have been parented. And I'm just telling you the things that I would like to do when I do have children. These are things that are important to me. And it is important to me that people find their own unique identities and they strive to be the best people that they want to be. So this is what I had for y'all tonight. This is what Scared of Beautiful means, where it came from. I don't think I'll be changing it. As I heard people say, you know, change it. That's stupid. Don't that scared of. That's insecure. That's blah, blah, blah. I get it. But, you know, like I said, when this was put on my heart to start sharing some of these stories and lessons I've learned that I wish I knew when I was a teenager or a young adult, this is what came to me. You know, that song had really resonated with me. And the logo, if y'all want to go and look at it, you know, it is the epitome of a woman going from the dark into the light. And then there's a little phoenix floating out in the light with her, and a lotus and a butterfly. Y'all want to do some research on those things. Phoenix, lotuses, butterflies are all different symbols of renewal and, you know, just the constant regeneration we should be on as adults. You never stop growing and learning, or at least you should. I don't think you should. So I don't care if you are 65 just joining in with me, or you know, if you're 25, if you're 15, if you are coming to join me here on Scared of Beautiful, this is what you will be finding. Lots of information on personal development, professional development, health and wellness, just different things that I'm interested in life. And of course, there will be some reality TV commentary, but mainly just focused on the shows. You know, I watch some shows that I'm very passionate about, Married at First Sight, things like that, Ready to Love. So I'll do some reality show reviews here and there, but I'm not a celebrity gossip person. So if you came here looking for that, unfortunately, that's not the direction that this channel goes. So if you want to, you know, still stay in that sector, I completely understand. I love you all. I thank you all for your love, for your support. I hope something that I share really helps you and resonates with you, because that's what I want to do. I want to have good conversations, productive things with people where we all grow together, right? Where we all can feed into each other and really find what we are meant to do, what, you know, and be the people that we want to be and who we're called to be if we're believers. If you're not a believer, I don't, you know, I don't judge anybody's religion. I personally believe in God and Jesus, but I understand if other people don't. All that I ask in this space is that we be respectful of each other. If you watched some of my videos before, I think I did a video on Married to Medicine with the Crystal Party. I'm also not necessarily a traditional Christian in some ways. I definitely believe in reading the Bible and having your own relationship with God, but I'm not really the type of person who, some people are like, Christians shouldn't do this or Christians shouldn't do that. I don't subscribe to that in all ways, and I'll start getting into that in subsequent videos. Just different talks about things like that. I think open dialogue and healthy conversation is good. This is I'm not gonna add anybody into this video, but as I move forward, you all will be able to come in and have your own, perspectives. I like to hear it. I'm open-minded to hearing other people's perspectives and points of view. All that I ask y'all when I end this video, I asked it on Instagram, and some of y'all got it and some of y'all didn't. So please, you all, moving forward, no more comments about the situation from last week. I know you mean well, but as I said, if in my opening, if you missed it, anything on that end will be taken care of, however I choose to take care of them privately. And God, of course, will take care of all of it. So I'm not going to get into a debate or back and forth. Last week, like I said, it wasn't my finest hour, what I wanted to do. And it was a harsh lesson in how the internet works. Even if you delete things, people can still see them. And so, as I used to always say, you have to be careful what you put out there. And since that happened, I now have to take whatever responsibility for, not responsibility, but I can't control the narratives that are out there. So that's beyond my control. I have to put that in someone else's hands. So that's where I have placed it, right? I can only control what I can control. And I'm a woman of my word, and I deleted it and other people kept it going. So I can't bother with that. But like I said, you all, I love you. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you all now understand what Scared of Beautiful is. I hope you are moving towards your light and to growing the best way that you want to. Like I said before, if you want to, I saw a few people, this chat is moving so fast, I couldn't really see everybody. But I saw a few people say that they want to be mods. So if you all can inbox me on or DM me on Instagram with your your YouTube page channel things, I can add you in as a mod. Thank you all. I see these super chats. Thank you all so much for the support. Onward and upward. That's what I'm here for. I hope that's what you're here for too. I hope I can help you all in whatever way that I can, and you'll help me too. We're helping each other. We're going to help each other over here. Because like I said, I'm not perfect. And neither are you. But more importantly, neither is the journey. The journey is not linear. It's not straight. You're going to stumble. You're going to fall. You're going to have a big up, have a big let down. But you keep pushing. That's the goal. Keep pushing. Pressing towards the prize, honey. So I love y'all, and I will see y'all next time. All right? Bye.